So, welcome everyone. Shall we welcome everyone to our 2014 Christmas Sunday with the children? The children are going to be sharing with us today the meaning behind some of the symbols on the Christmas tree, both from a traditional and a metaphysical viewpoint. In Unity, we have a rich history of our founders seeking world religions and finding out what is the good that draws us together. What are the positive principles that are known in world religions, in sacred cultures throughout the ages? And not just to engage in ritual, but to be aware when we engage in ritual where that ritual comes from. And let it not draw us apart, but let that ritual and that great history of diversity melding together and co-creating anew, let that draw us together and make us stronger. Teaching the children historical ideas as well as new thought points helps them understand where these symbols come from and where our rich Unity history and our spiritual history comes from. Charles Fillmore said this.
Of any celebration or observances. But it seems to me that in order to understand the metaphysical or spiritual side of the proposition, that we should know something about its history, why we celebrate it, and where the celebration originated, whether it came direct from the spirit or as a result of evolution.
So without further ado, let's step into and take a peek into Morningside Orphanage on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Well, children, that is the end of our story, and it is almost time for bed. I think it's time to decorate the tree.
Yay! I have a question. Why do we have a dead tree in our living room anyway? It seems weird to me.
Well, let's talk. Go decorate the tree, and we'll talk about it while you guys are doing the thing.
Okay.
Does anybody know why we have a Christmas tree?
Ooh, I do, so we have a place for our presents.
No, that's not right. Well, maybe, but I heard it means eternal life and growth, but it just used to be a couple of branches.
Yes, you're right. And in Unity, we can also think of it as God is eternal and ever renewed in all of us. You see how the tree reaches upward, like we do, for a greater understanding of God. It also reaches outward to welcome all of us. Let's plug in the lights.
I'll do it. Why do we have lights on it? That's even weirder.
I've read that the lights represent the divine and the Christ light in all of us.
That's correct. What else could they mean?
Oh, the Christ lights inside of us.
Yes, and there are many lights just like each and every one of you in the world. Shall we play the bells, children? Yeah? All right, let's go get them.
Can we decorate the tree now?
Let's start with colored balls.
Do you see how all the different colors and shapes of the balls work together to make the tree look pretty? What could that mean?
It could show that all the different people can work together to make the world pretty too.
Yes, Jesus was born to show us the way to peace among people, and we all have the Christ Spirit inside of us.
Hey, I found some angel ornaments.
Well, the word angel means messenger. What could we say about angels and us?
Angels can be thought to help us to be more like Christ.
And there can be thoughts of goodwill we will send to people all over the world.
I think we should play another song.
Can we play the bells?
Yeah, we can. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can play the bells all you want.
Dude, I'm hot in this. Me and Angel are in the same thing, and all this light.
James.
Say my bells are gonna.
Thank you. It's okay.
Can we get back to the tree?
I found some horns.
What do you think the horns might mean?
I think I read that horns announce things like when a king enters a room or stuff like that.
So they could be announcing the baby Jesus?
That's right. What can we say about bells?
Can we play bells?
No, let's see. Kenzie, do you know what bells are used for?
Yeah, bells used to spread news. Some guy would walk around ringing bells all around, shouting news to people.
Yes, that's right. That was the town crier. They also used bells to call people to church.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Hey, it's a bird. That's a dove. They stand for peace.
We could say that if we want peace, we must let peace come from us, fly from us, and to others.
Look at all the beads and tinsel. What's that about?
The beads represent smiles and good deeds that link us all together. The tinsel is supposed to be the icicles that cling to the tree and reflect the lights.
But the tinsel is silver.
Silver is the color that represents the divine.
Speaking of color, why all green and red?
Well, the red reminds us of Jesus and his eternal life, and the green is for the tree.
Green is eternal life. Everyone knows that.
Now we need a little Santa Claus under the tree.
What's with that?
He is the spirit of giving, all dressed up in a red suit. We can express the spirit of Santa Claus in our giving too. We can send love and a blessing with our gifts.
Where did that come from?
Well, Charles Fillmore said,
Of the woods, the early Druids worshipped him at very early times. And in Germany, under Roman rule, they had this god of the woods invited into the house by bringing a Christmas tree, because he was supposed to be very especially interested in trees. And if they brought the tree into the house, Kris Kringle would come and bring them presents. They celebrated long before the birth of Christ, the 25th of December, because it was that date the sun began to come back. And they celebrated the solstice, or return of the sun. It was the sun celebration, but Christianity, when it came into action, desired, of course, to get as many people into church as possible, and they began to consolidate and bridge their differences. And the end was that they adopted nearly all of their ceremonies, and especially these things that we celebrating today as part of Christianity.
Can we get back to decorating? You talk too much.
Let's put the little lamb under the tree too.
the lamb represents the newborn Christ child. It is a symbol of innocence and purity. It reminds us to share our Christ light with those who hunger for a better way of life. It reminds us that no matter the appearance, within all people there is God.
It's your turn. Come on, girls. Come on, it's your turn. Manny. Come on, it's your turn. Come on, you gonna say your line? Violet. Right here. Step back, guys. Right here. Right here. In the microphone.
Our tree needs a star.
The star used to represent the 5 mystical earth elements.
Wait, 5 elements? Earth, air, water, fire. That's only 4. What's the 5th?
That was a movie. It's about a girl that talks funny.
No, that's not it.
See, the thing is, it was a great film, don't get me wrong, but it's close. The 5th element was the human spirit. Stars were also guides for people that were looking for the Christ in themselves, like the wise men looking for the Christ child. Now that the tree is decorated, let us radiate gratitude and repeat together. The star of God's light,
The star of God's light
shines within each of us
shines within each of us
to help us keep
to help us keep
the Christmas spirit
the
throughout the year.
Christmas spirit throughout the year.
I speak through every symbol.
I speak through every symbol.
I sing through every hymn.
I sing through every hymn.
A message to remember
A message to remember
From days in Bethlehem.
From days in Bethlehem.
This story may seem long ago,
The story may seem long ago,
or lost in shopping sprees,
or lost in shopping sprees,
but pause to remember
but pause to remember
why you decorate this tree.
why you decorated this tree.
I speak through every symbol.
I speak through every symbol.
I sing through every song.
I sing through every song.
A message to remember.
A message to remember.
It isn't very long.
It isn't very long.
If you think I'm special,
If you think I'm special,
from here around the world,
from here around the world,
or show up in traditions
or show up in traditions
as ancient as the world.
as ancient as the world.
That's because that I am
That's because I am
predates the age of time.
predates the age of time.
I am the sound.
I am the sound.
You will hear me in a whisper.
You will hear me in a whisper.
You will hear me in a rhyme.
You will hear me in a rhyme.
I still think it's all weird.
Our closing blessing for you.
May you have the spirit of Christmas,
Which is peace,
the gladness of Christmas,
which is hope,
and the heart of Christmas.
which is love.
You guys gonna bow?
Don't we go up to the front now?
We thank our youth and our family department. We thank Christina and Jason and all of the leads that helped this happen. And we thank each one of you for bringing us a beautiful reminder on this special Sunday. Thank you.